Come with us to check out the Sam Houston Museum located in Huntsville, Texas. Now, this has an indoor museum, but the majority of the museum is actually outside, and it's a series of houses. Now, these are the houses that Sam Houston lived in while he was a senator of Texas, and it has replicas of everything back in this time. Now, this would be considered like a pioneer type establishment. They would have individual houses, and they're all set up as they would have been at the time. Of course, no AC, nothing that is, electric, or it's very old school. And I loved being able to see this through my kids' eyes. So them taking in what life was like many years ago and how different it is from then to now. And this actually had some great educational pieces, and I'll get to that later in the video. So they got to explore where the kitchens are, which of course were a separate establishment from the house. Everything was very stone hearth and made by, from scratch. And they got to see, what that would have looked like. They had a blacksmith area. It had everything. So all these different separate buildings. And then it had, of course, this was the Sam Houston's office. All these really cool different areas that you got to check out and be able to see what life was like 200 years ago. Another really cool part of this, that we came on a Saturday and they actually had the museum volunteers dressed up as pioneers. So the kids got to check that out, see the old dress. And this is actually a very memorable house. It's called the Steamboat House. It's shaped like a steamboat, and this was their main establishment as like the main house, and it is actually set up for Sam Houston's funeral. A little bit morbid, but this is just showing where they would have had the funeral service within the homes, right? Now, back to the pioneers. So when we went over, we got to check out, they had it set up where the volunteers were showing you how to build yarn from cotton, how to, create clothes. So that's what they're showing the boys here, which is actually really cool because they've never actually seen this process. So how do you get yarn? How do you make clothes? How did they do that back in the day? That wasn't by machine. It's actually a really cool experience. So if you're ever out there on the weekends, definitely check this out because it's really cool for the kids to be able to see, the old school way of life. And it was really, really cool. This was really fun. I learned a lot from this. They were very educational. You could ask them any questions. They would tell you anything about that time period, about the information that they have to share, just about the community and how everything worked. And we really enjoyed this experience. This was really cool to see from our kids' points of views. My husband and I have been through this museum a few times, and so this was just, their rite of passage to be able to go through it and then see it as well. We actually lived right down the street from here, so this was very common on my way to school when I would walk. But check out more videos about Huntsville and about Sam Houston as I go along.
Who's over here?
Okay, now hold on.